know, this has got to be like, I think part 3, Algebra 2, 1 through 35, review, quarterfinal. The year is 2020, 2021 school year, third period of the day, 9th question, right? Are there any other details we can add to this? Okay, so they're going to give you a set of coordinates for discrete values. All right, so give me, let's see, let's come up with about, yeah, that'll work. Okay. Let's see, they give you 1, 2, yeah, well, okay, that'll work. I need random numbers. 4, 7, 3, 2, 1, 6, 9, 5. Wow, you guys were not all that original. I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The only number that you missed in there was 8. All right, let's throw some negatives up there. What numbers do you want to be negative? -3, -4, -6, -5. Okay, so you picked one negative number for each. Okay, very good. All right, I want to know what the range is. What is the range? The range is the y values. All right, so you said 7 to -6, -5. What would be a better way of representing those? In order from what to what? -6, -5, 2, and 7, okay, is our range. Okay? Does that work for you? That's all we're looking for. Give the range of the discrete function. Easy peasy. Okay? Here we need to simplify an expression and identify the excluded values. Let's see if I can do this. Let's say 64x plus 40 over 8b plus 5. We want the excluded values in the simplified expression. Excluded values, simplified expression. Go ahead on that. All right, so let me kind of, for the sake of the audio here, all right. What he said was the denominator cannot equal 0. So anything that would cause the denominator to equal 0 would be an excluded value, correct? All right, so you said take the denominator and set it equal to 0, right? All right, so I'm going to do that like this. What's next? Subtract 5. Okay, so 8b equals 5, or can't equal 5 if you want to look at it like that. And then what? Oh, it's a -5, okay. Divide by 8. Okay, so b, the excluded value, is -5/8. All right, is there any way to check that? Plug it in. So what is 8 times -5/8? Okay, that comes out as -5 plus 5, which is 0. Okay, so this is our first part. Okay. Now what? How do I simplify the expression? Okay, so I'm just going to clear that up. Okay, you can go back and watch the video, get all that same stuff. All right, so who was just speaking to me? Rosalind? Okay, you said that you could factor out what out of the numerator? 8. So you factor out 8. What do you get on the inside then? Okay, hold on, and I've messed something up here. I need to change this to a b. Right, that needs to be a b. All right, so that would be 8b. 8b. Is that what you're saying? Okay. And then I got 8 plus 5 down here, right? What happens? Cancel. And my answer is just 8. Huh? -5/8 is the excluded value. 8 is the simplified expression. Okay, so two separate answers answering two separate questions to the same problem. Okay, negative 5/8 is the excluded value, 8 is the simplified expression. Okay. Okay, number 11. Okay. Let's see. Give me some numbers. 2x plus 5y equals 23. Okay. Okay. Y equals negative 2x minus 6. Okay. Solve through substitution. Solve through substitution. Random numbers here, so I don't know how this comes out. Okay, I got two people, always got their hands up. Great, thank you guys. All right, Cole, go ahead. All right, so he said substitute negative 2x minus 6 in for the y in the first equation. So I'm writing 2x plus what? 5 parentheses, negative 2x minus 6 equals 23. Okay, all right, now what? Distribute the 5 to the negative 2. Okay. And the negative 6. I like playing dumb. I do know, but just so you can have like, okay. All right, so 2x, all right, and then what? Minus 10x, okay. Minus 30 equals 23. Combine like terms. What are like terms? 2x and negative 10x. What makes those like terms? They have the same variable to the same exponent, right? Okay, so what is 2x minus 10x? Negative 8x minus 30 equals 23. At 30, what do we call that when we do that? What property is that? If we had to justify our step there, what would be our reason for that? What property of equality? Addition property of equality. So I got negative 8x equals what? 53. Now what? Divide by what? Negative 8, and we call that what? Division property of equality. All right, I just want you to be in negatives. Why would it be negative? Why would it be positive? I've got a positive number divided by a negative number. So it's negative what? Negative 6 point what? Is that 1/8? Point 6, negative 6 and 1/8. Okay. All right. So granted, I'll say that on the test, it's probably not going to give you a number like that, but we made up these numbers. So, all right. That's x. How do I solve for y? Plug x in for y. Which equation would you plug it into? Does it matter? No, which one's easier to do though? Okay, so y equals negative 2x. So you're saying do y equals negative 2 times what? Negative 6 and 1/8 minus 6. Okay, so y equals, so I got, let's just put it back as maybe, be easier to put it in as an improper fraction, which was what? Negative 53/8. Okay. Okay, what's negative 2 times negative 53? Would that be positive 106? 106/8, right? Minus, could I get a common denominator there? What's 6 times 8? 48, 48/8, right? So could I do 106 minus 48? 58, 58/8, which probably reduces, right? Those are both even numbers. 7 1/4. Okay. Okay. So it's good practice. Your question on your test isn't going to be that hard, but it's good practice to see that and do that. Okay. because as you go further along in math, the more these types of numbers you actually end up working with. So that's why I like you guys throwing out random numbers, because sometimes we wind up with really interesting answers. All right, can we move on from here? Basically, though, we just want to come down to the steps. The steps are sub in the y equals statement in for y into the first equation, solve for x. Once I have x, sub it back into the easy equation, solve for y. Does that make sense? Yes? Great. 12. I like saying numbers wrong. 12. All right, they're going to give you a graph. You have to determine if it's continuous or discontinuous or discrete, determine if it's a function or relation, to determine the domain and range. Okay, so a lot here. Okay, I don't know. Okay, something like that. Okay, is this continuous, discontinuous? Let's see, don't know. Continuous or discontinuous? Continuous. Okay, so that does away with discontinuous and discrete, right? Is it a function?
Yes.
Passes the vertical line test, so function. Okay, what about domain? It's what? This arrow tells me what? Huh? All real numbers. What about the range? Yeah, because it's going to continue to go up and down, right? All real. Okay. Let me see. I mean, you could, but it would have to have an end, right? So if it has arrows that push for that, now let's say that you got something, something like this. Okay, and okay, continuous or discontinuous? Here, I'll help you out. Continuous, right? Okay, function or not a function? Function. Okay, domain? Domain is all real, right? Because it continues to go to the left and right. What about the range? Range? Okay. Okay, so x, I mean, you could use y here, but they typically refer to it as just x. X is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. All right, so that just shows me that you know how to work with something that does have a defined domain or range, right? 13 or 13. All right, tell whether this polynomial is completely factored. If it's not, factor it completely. Okay. Is that completely factored? No? Okay. And I don't know, like I made up some numbers here. So the question is can we factor this? Probably. Again, I picked numbers, so I don't really know. These are probably not good numbers in here. Let's try something like, um, yeah, let's try that. So y and y, what? Plus and plus, 6 and 3. Okay, and you'd still have 12y squared out here. So that would be an example of no, it's not factored completely. Here it is factored down further. Okay. Um, I'm trying to think of like another one. Let's try something else in there. Um, let's see. Let's try. Um, try that. 5 and 5. So I got y plus 5 plus 5. Am I going to leave it like this? No. Right. I would do y plus 5 squared. This is not simplified enough. I'd want this last one here. Okay? Okay, so we're familiar with that. Okay, so looking at a number of different scenarios. Farting. Did I tell you guys what my son came up with the other day? So he's sitting at the kitchen table, and he ripped one off. And my wife could hear it from the kitchen, and he said, "Oh no, I have butt smoke." It's his new term for farts is butt smoke. So, and then his little baby brother ripped one off. He's like, "Oh man, he's got little baby butt smoke." So yeah, we no longer call them farts in our house. So if you hear about some butt smoke, going off, then that's what's happening. What's that? Oh yeah, it's all being recorded. So it's good. It's good. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, yeah. All right, the sum of the digits of a two-digit number. All right, the sum of the digits. Sum of the digits of a two-digit gotta spell that right. Counting number is, I don't know, give me a number. I need something bigger. 25? I don't know if you can technically do that. Sum of the digits. Let's say 9. Let's say 9. Okay. Sum of the digits of a two-digit counting number is 9. And I don't know how this is going to work. Okay, here. I got to come up with something here. Let's say. Okay. If the number is multiplied the number is multiplied by 5. Okay, if the number is multiplied by 5, the result is 270. The result is 270. Okay, you need to write and solve a system of equations to find that number. Okay, write and solve a system of equations to find that number. Okay, go ahead. What's the first equation? Okay, but I need to write and solve a system of equations. All right, so What could we use as a variable for the tens digit? Huh? Okay, t for tens digit plus the ones digit, right? I hate using O though. Well, we'll use O, but we'll put a line through it so we know it's not 0. So t plus O equals what? 9. Okay? Okay, because the sum of the digits, the tens digit plus the ones digit equals 9. Okay? If this number, whatever this number is multiplied by 5, the result is 270, right? Okay? So this is where you have to be really careful. So we're going to multiply something by 5, correct? And we know that the result is going to be 270, right? Okay? Am I just putting t plus O in here? No? Why not? What is the coefficient to the ones digit? 1, right? Should just be 1, right? The ones digit is worth times 1, right? It's not going to change its value at all, right? We're talking about the ones digit by itself, right? So like to give you a for instance, let's say that it was 36, right? Okay, but I'm looking at it as 3 plus 6, correct? What is this 3 actually worth? 30, right? It's not just 3, it's really 30. So here I would have 10t plus, well, this is just 6, right? Which means it's just 1 times 6 to get 6. So this is just O, where this is 10 times t. Does that make sense? All right, so we use this to find this. Okay, do we understand that? Okay, so there's a stark difference between having 5 times t plus O and having 5 times 10t plus O. Do we understand? Okay. So let's keep going here. Could I distribute the 5? Okay, that's going to give me what? Okay, 50t plus 5o. Right? It's not 50. All right, it's 270. Okay, so we have that. Now I have t plus o equals 9. I have 50t plus 5o equals 270. Is there anything I can do with that? A couple of different things that we could do. We could set up a matrix, or, okay, just to show you how to do this without a matrix, could I solve for one of those two variables up there? Which variable could you solve for? T. That would be t equals 9 minus O, right? Could I substitute that value in for this t down here? Okay, so that would give me 50 times 9 minus O plus 5O equals 270, right? And that's going to solve for the O variable, correct? Okay, what's 50 times 9? 450 minus 50O plus, that doesn't work, does it? Oh, that's just 5O. Okay, 5O, I said 50, equals 270. Okay, combine, oh, this is a 50O, right? Not, okay. I was like, they're going to cancel out. 50O. Okay, combine like terms, so I wind up with what, negative 45O? 450 minus 45O equals 270. What do I do with this 450? Subtract it. Okay, from 270. Okay, so I got negative 45O equals negative what? 270 minus 450. Negative 180. What's negative 180 divided by negative 45? Okay, so O equals 4, right? So come back up here. T plus O equals 9. Therefore, T equals 5. So the original number is 54. Can we do another problem? Like that, or what? 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. Okay, do you want to see another way of doing that problem? Okay. All right, so I'm going to erase the blue and show you how to set this up in a matrix. Okay. Now you have to be very specific about how you show your work. Okay. All right, I'm going to erase this. Okay, so if I was going to do this in a matrix, my matrix would be a 2 by 3. I would go 1, 1, 9 for this first equation up here. My second equation, which it has to be in order, it has to be TO solution, it would be 50, 5, 2, 7. And what my answer would give me is it would say 1, 0, 0, 1, and because T would be 50, or sorry, T would be 5. T is going to be 5, and O is going to be 4. Okay, I have to put those together to get 54. Okay, so this is an RREF. Yep. So that's how it would go into a matrix. That's how it's going to come out, and that's how I'm going to get my answer if I solve via a matrix. I have to, okay, I have to get this stuff first before I can put it in here. Okay? So all you're given on the test, just so we're clear about this, is everything above this red line. That's what you're given. Okay? Nothing that's below. We had to write all of that. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. That was 14, 15, 15. Okay. What are you out? You're out at 10:01? So we'll check on that. Yep, 10:01. That doesn't leave a whole lot of time. We're going to go ahead and stop there. We should, I should be able to get done with 6 questions in the other class. So we picked it up with number 9 here. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I covered 5. Right? I should be able to cover 6 questions in the other class, at least enough to get all the videos done by tonight so that everything goes out to you tonight. Okay?